Well, here we are once again with the Tandy 425SX. This is a 486 DX266 with something like 8 or 16 megs of memory, 52x CD-ROM drive, and a 5 1/4 inch floppy drive. I've got an original this is actually new in the box, PS2/AT compatible keyboard with an original Microsoft IntelliMouse and Creative Labs speakers from the mid-90s. Everything on this desk is from the mid-90s, possibly even earlier in some cases. I think this was made in 93. But this keyboard is the newest object here. This was probably made in 2001, give or take. But anyway, we're going to be looking at some old 3D Home Architect software. This is probably the original version. This is from 1994, Broderbund 3D Home Architect. And I know that they were selling this software until fairly recently, probably within the past 15 years. And it allows you to design. It's basically like a really watered down CAD software. And I don't even know if it'll run on this PC. We're going to find out if it will. Being from 94, I don't see why it wouldn't, because this PC is built about as good as a computer from 1994 can get. Aside from the amount of video memory, it has less than a megabyte. A lot of people these days are moving towards emulators, and I get two very common comments I find. One of them is people complain about my voice, which, you know what, fuck you. And number two, people don't complain, but they suggest I use emulators. Now, emulators are more convenient. They would run on any piece of modern hardware, like my MacBook over there. But I am against emulators. I don't like the emulators because I don't get the tactile feedback of the giant old keyboards. I don't get the radiation exposure from the CRT displays. I don't get... Listen to that hard drive. Such a pleasing drone. And that's what these sounded like when they were new. It's not worn out. This is really what these hard drives sounded like when they were new. They were very loud. Very loud. This computer has one fan and one hard drive, and it's louder than any piece of equipment in my house. Alright. So here we go. We're going to try to install this. Let me just get my camera focused and zoomed. Okay, that's as good as it gets. I guess I could do a tilt adjustment on this tripod. No, wrong way. Sorry. Okay, here we go. 3D Home Architect. So yeah, emulators I'm not a big fan of, but I'm glad they're available. So if there's, if someone doesn't have access to, here's the thing. Computers of this generation are getting hard to find. Let's be honest with ourselves. They're getting harder and harder and harder to find. Especially native Windows 3.1 machines. A lot of them have been discarded. In fact, even to this day, people are throwing them away without realizing what they may have. Which just makes systems like mine that much more valuable. But good old-fashioned Windows 3.1 machines are really getting hard to find. So people are being forced to run these vintage programs either in emulators or natively in Windows XP, which is pretty good. Windows XP will run most older software, not all of it, but most of it. Is there a README file here? I don't know what the requirements are for this software. Let's just see what it does. We're going to run the setup utility. What I find interesting, though, is this actually has the old multimedia PC logo on it, which was a thing back then. And let's see, we're going to do a full install. It requires 60. So back when hard disk space was a premium, you could do a partial or a full installation of most of your software. The partial installation uses only 10 megabytes, but it runs from the CD. Now the full install is 16 megabytes. Today, people have desktop backgrounds that are 16 megabytes or larger. It just really shows how much technology has evolved or devolved. But, you know, back in those days, programmers really didn't have a lot to work with, you know. They had, I mean, to them it was a lot, but nowadays you look at it, you know, 16 megabytes of disk space, that's nothing. I remember when my one of the guys I used to work for in a computer shop, he was complaining that Creative Lab Sound Blaster drivers were getting bloated. They were like 20 megabytes in size. But back then, 20 megs was, again, it was a lot of space. It was a lot. I mean, the entire operating system on this computer probably takes up 30 megs. I mean, it really. But when you have a 500 megabyte hard drive, you know, you really want to watch what you put on it. I accidentally filled up the hard drive on my 760XL because I just forgot how small a 1 gigabyte hard drive was. I mean, it just goes, boom, like that. Before you know it, you've got no space left. Well, this is installing, so that's a good sign. The full installer. But you look at the picture on the box, or on the cover here. I'll put that up to the camera. See it? This is what a nice home looked like in 1994. You've got the old dishwasher. White appliances were big back then. That was really all they had. You had these, really everything in this picture looks to be good enough to be used in a modern home, but it definitely harkens back to what 1994, you know, Better Homes and Gardens style houses would have looked like. Let's see if we can get that any closer. Really not a lot has changed, but back then it was all about the wood grain and the white and the, yeah. I still think it looks good. Still installing. But yeah, if you're one of those guys who, you know, might have one or two vintage computers kicking around, but largely runs most of your stuff in emulators, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But I choose to run everything on real vintage equipment because it immerses me in the experience, kind of brings me back. Because again, I grew up with this stuff. You know, when I was in middle school, I had a computer just like this one. And it was pretty much identical. And it was the first computer I ever used for internet access. Oh, you have to restart. Please remember to register. Now, you had to restart. Almost, it didn't matter what you did back then. In earlier versions of Windows 3.1, Windows 95, even 98, you had to restart for almost everything. Even if you changed the resolution, you had to restart. Everything required a restart. It was just the way things were back then. The OS, now here we go. MPC Windows CD-ROM. This is when multimedia computers started becoming a thing. MPC was the buzz acronym. That's what it was all about, MPC. Now I have two versions of this. I have edition 1 and edition 2. I'm going to just do edition 1 on this. Edition 2 basically adds Windows 95 compatibility and an automatic roof designer. So when you're designing a home, this allows you to automatically generate the roof on top of it. If you've ever used a Punch 3D Home Builder, one of the many versions of it, you'll know what I mean. So let's launch it. I was using Windows 3.1 as my primary OS until 1998 or 9. No, it was 98. I switched to Windows 95. And I didn't switch to Windows 98 until 2001. Please enter my name. Brando. Version 1.4, July 27th, 1995. And here we go. We've got our workspace. Let's see if we can load an existing sample or something. Here we go. Here's a sample. Okay. And let's see if there's a 3D view. Place camera plan overview. Rendering. 3D rendering. It'll take some time. Meanwhile, I get to hear that hard disk drive droning on and on. Here we go. We're rendering. Look at that. Stunning. This is all done on a 486 PC. It's even got furniture and a car. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So let's see if we can't zoom in. There we go. Zoom in. Oh, now it's got to it's got to redo the whole thing. Probably best to run this on a Pentium. Given if you're doing any 3D views, Pentium level or better, probably better to get it done. You see what I'm saying? Here, it's got to. Did I zoom out? I zoomed out. I mistakenly zoomed out. There we go. Let's do this again. I actually have an IBM Model M keyboard for this PC. I don't use it because it's too big. It doesn't really fit well on this desk. The desk is too small. I gotta get a bigger desk. Alright, here we go. We're getting bigger now. Let's see if we can go one size larger. God, the furniture they chose in this is like Ethan Allen threw up. I mean, that high back wing looking chair they got. Look at that. Man. Oops, sorry. I need to do that to you. Alright, can I... Oh, see, the thing is, you can't really do any cutaways like you can with, like, The Sims. You know what's interesting? If The Sims were redeveloped, the original version of The Sims, the first version, if they were to redevelop that as a home building suite, add more features, get rid of some junk, it would be very amazing software to have. I mean, it's funny how I don't want to say the CAD engine, because it's not really CAD, but the design engine that they used to build the Sims homes and place furniture and other things, it is more intuitive than anything I've ever used. And if they were to just increase add some more features to it, add curved walls, add the ability to put windows in an angled wall, things like that, you could develop a very user-friendly house design suite for consumer level use. It was so intuitive, but they don't do that. Let's see, I can change the view angle. I can rotate the house. Look at that. This shows me a preview of the house. So let's look at it from this angle. I want to see it from that elevation. Okay, let's redraw. Maybe I'll start learning how to use this, and I'll actually design something with it. And maybe I'll save it to a 5 1/4 inch floppy disk just because. So in 20 minutes, we'll be able to see the 3D view that I just changed. Ha. You know what? Screw this. Let's design something. Alright. So we've changed the viewing angle. Now we can see the kitchen. And is that the kitchen from the box? No, I don't think so. Ooh. No, it's not. It's not that. It's similar though. No, it's not similar. Not even close. All right. Okay then. Alright. Alright, so let's get back to... oh crap, what'd I do? Let's get it out of 3D because it's really killing me. Ah, shit. We're stuck. I'm gonna pause. Alright, now it's gonna redraw the house. See, because I changed the window size, you know how it is. Look at that. You got, is that a water heater? Yeah, it's a water heater. So you can put the cars in there too. Alright, I gotta see what this program can really do because this is looking pretty interesting. Okay. There we go. Close the 3D view. Ambiguate. There we go. Let's make a new house. Let's build a new house. Alright. I got my wall tool. I'm going to build it 20... I'm going to try to build my old family home. Well, not really. It's... How do I delete that? Delete. There we go. Let's see, it was 24 feet wide. Ah, screw it. Let's just build a small house, just for the sake of this video. Build a little cabin. I like how it automatically matches the ends of the walls. Look at that. It just it puts the wall ends together. If you use Punch, I think Punch does this, where it actually, unless you're dead on, I wonder if we can view like a grid line. That would be helpful. Show items. I'll do. I want to show beams. I want to show invisible walls. I want to show. Electrical. Wow, look at that. You can put electrical outlets in there. This is pretty cool stuff. Oops. Menu bar. The menu bar. Where's my grid lines? I want to see grid lines. Show floors. Oh, I can't do that. Now these walls are not the same length, but it automatically, look at that, it automatically, so, okay, it's designed to be used without grid lines. Interesting. Dimension. What does this do? Ah, here we go. Draw a dimension line between two or more walls. Like that. It's 23.9. Okay. Okay. I dig it. Now, can I move this out? So I want to see if I can move this wall out. I can even change the wall thickness. So, oh, that's pretty damn cool. Oh, here we go. This is how you... Oh, neat! So I can even change the dimensions of the house just by dragging elements. Alright, I like that. Now I'm going to put a window. You can't choose between architectural window styles. Like, more professional software will actually have a catalog of products from real window manufacturers like Anderson, Broadway Smith, etc. Same with doors. So you could actually pick from actual products that you can buy and pop them into your layout. This obviously did not have that ability. It's 1994, so for crying out loud, you can't do that. But I'll put a window here, and I can select the length of the window. Let's see. Window type. I'm going to do a double hung window. There. I can change the width of the window. I'm going to put one here too. And then I'll play with, see, I want the front of the house. This is going to be the front of the house. I want to have it so that the house is relatively balanced in the front. Cancel. Oh, I can change it to a wood. Oh, I didn't mean to open that. Change it to a wood window or aluminum. No vinyl in 94, I guess. So let's see. All I'm gonna do is just boing, 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 boing. I do it 3.5 feet from the. There we go. This one 3.5 feet. 5. Okay. This one here, it's gonna be 3.5 feet from that window. And this one will be 3.5 feet from that window. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put a door in the middle. Now let's see what it lets me select for doors. So I can do a standard doorway, a sliding door, pocket door, or bifold doors, or a garage door. Let's do a standard door. I'll put it right here. And I can select the door style as I'm going to do a glass door. But this is what a glass door looks like in the drawing. So a slab door. Okay. Hinged. So it's just going to be a hinged doorway. Draw closed. Oh, I see. So you can change it to an open door or a closed door in the drawing. That's pretty cool. Look at that. And I'm going to, oops, cancel that. I'm going to center this. God damn it. Stop it. Cancel. Alright. Hold the button down. There we go. 5.4 inches. So it's already centered for me. Okay, stop it. Alright, now we're going to build some interior walls. So I'm going to build the wall here against that door. There we go. There's my interior wall. And I'm going to make this a bedroom. We need another floor. Alright, I'm going to move this. This is going to be a 6 foot. This is going to be a bathroom. But we need another floor. Now, let's put a bathtub in there. So I got my my appliances and bathroom fixtures. Okay, let's do bathroom fixtures. We're going to do a shower tub. 66 inches is the standard. Oh, I'm loving this software. This is really, really intuitive. Look at this. This is good stuff, man. I'm gonna I'm gonna move that. I put a bathtub over in the yard. I'm gonna delete that. Close. Delete it. Okay, we're gonna move this over against the wall. I'm gonna move this wall to be cancel. And we grab it right in the middle. There we go. There's my bathroom. Look at that. Pretty cool. Now, if I want to split this wall, how do I do that? One thing I need to do is I need to change my exterior walls to 6-inch thickness. This is New England. You got to have 6-inch exterior walls. It's the law. We use 2x6 construction exterior in New England for insulation, mostly. So, my interior walls can remain 2x4. There is no right-click option. What I can do, I could delete this wall, blink, and then I could just make a new wall. So, this wall goes here, and then the bathroom, I'm going to actually add my fixtures in there. I'll put a toilet in there. I could do handicap toilet, a bidet, a corner, or standard. I'll just do a standard one. And then we'll just... I'm actually designing the bathroom in my house at this point. Basically, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to need a counter. Let's see, plain doors. 36 by, what is it, 37 inches. So I have a 37-inch sink. And that's basically my bathroom right there. That's the bathroom in my real life house. Alright. And I'm going to put a wall here. I'm liking this. This is pretty cool. And, oh, we need a sink. We need to put a sink there. I'm going to put a bathroom sink. It's got an oval sink. Put that right there. Look at that. This is easy. Some of the software that I've got, I mean, it's just so complicated. I mean, there are so many things it can do. You know, so many things. But what I need to do now is add a new floor. And we're going to do that by, let's see. Oh, we don't have any foundation piers. Whoops. Let's see. Those are stairs. And I'll put, just for the fun of it, I'll just put the stairs right here. So I'm going to have to move this over so there's some room to step on that. There we go. Now, how do we get to the top floor? I think this is where I usually get flustered in the other softwares. Yeah. Materials list. Build from plan. What is that going to entail? Oh, nice! It tells me how much I'm going to need for wood. I can plug in the current price per piece. It tells me how much the damn thing costs. So this is going to be a very small house. Look at that. Look at that. Tells me everything I'm going to need. Entire materials list. Oh shit. This is crazy. This is so crazy. And how easy this software is to use. And how well it runs on a 486. Makes you wonder, did we really need to go beyond the 486 processor? Well, of course we did. Because when I go to do a 3D render of this house, watch this. Of course, I don't have a roof on it yet, but this is what my little house is going to look like as you see it. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. But this is what my little house now looks like. Pretty cool, huh? You can rotate it. There we go. Okay. Boom. Not bad, huh? Alright, well I think we're going to stop there. And I'm going to play with this a little more. I'm having too much fun. So, yeah. It's amazing what you can do with a 20-year-old computer. Actually, this thing is now 22 years old. It's 22 years old, and I built a house with it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.